The storm didn't warn us, it swallowed us. One minute, the sky was a sheet of gold and blue. The next, it was roaring black. Waves smashed against the side of the small rescue boat like fists, and in a flash of lightning, I saw her lean and clinging to the railing, eyes wide with fear. Then everything went white. When I woke up, I was lying face down in wet sand, coughing salt water out of my lungs. And when I rolled over, she was there too, motionless, her red dress torn, hair tangled, but breathing. That moment, just the two of us, stranded in the middle of nowhere, changed everything. We had been strangers. She was the CEO of the company I worked for, and I was just a mechanic on the cargo ship that sank. Worlds apart until the sea decided otherwise. When she finally opened her eyes, she didn't scream or cry. She just looked around, took a deep breath, and said, "So, we made it?" I nodded. We both knew it wasn't over, it was just beginning. The island was beautiful in a cruel way. Palm trees swayed lazily above sharp rocks, and the ocean shimmered like it was mocking us. I found a cave for shelter and made a small fire with driftwood. She sat close, her face glowing in the flickering light. "You've done this before?" she asked, her voice trembling between fear and admiration. "Not exactly," I said, trying to sound calm even though I was terrified. Days turned into nights. We collected rainwater, learned which fruits wouldn't kill us, and slept under the open sky. Sometimes, she'd laugh softly at the absurdity of it all. Imagine the headlines: CEO lost with mechanic. Who's leading who now? I'd laugh too, but deep inside, something was changing. She wasn't the distant, polished woman I'd known from work. Out here, she was raw, human, kind. And in her vulnerability, I found strength I didn't know I had. Then came the night of the fireflies. The storm had cleared, and the air was warm, peaceful. She was quiet, staring into the darkness, her knees drawn to her chest. I asked what she was thinking. She turned to me slowly, her eyes soft but burning with something fierce. "I spent my whole life building walls," she whispered. "Power, success, control. But here, none of that matters. I'm just a woman, and you're what I want." Her words hung between us like fragile glass. I couldn't move. I'd always seen her as untouchable, a force. But now, she was trembling, not from fear, but from honesty. I reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "You don't have to want me because we're stuck here," I said quietly. "I want you because you're real," she replied. In the following days, we grew inseparable. We built a signal fire, shared stories from our pasts, and every night she'd rest her head against my shoulder, tracing constellations with her finger. I started to believe the island wasn't a punishment, it was a test, but paradise doesn't last forever. One morning, we spotted a plane, tiny but real, cutting through the sky. I lit the signal fire, shouting until my voice broke. The plane circled once, then disappeared. We waited, hearts pounding. Hours later, the faint hum of a helicopter echoed over the waves. "Rescue." She smiled, but tears slipped down her face. "We're going home," I said. She shook her head slightly, whispering, "Are we?" When the rescuers found us, they called us lucky. Back in the city, surrounded by flashing lights and reporters, she looked smaller somehow, drowned in the noise of her old life. I thought maybe it had all been a dream. But then, a few days later, she appeared at the small workshop where I worked. No cameras. No guards. "Just her, I've been thinking," she said softly. "The world gave me everything I thought I wanted, except peace. I found that on the island, with you." She stepped closer, her hand brushing mine. "I don't want to forget who I was there. I don't want to lose us." In that moment, I realized survival wasn't just about living through the storm, it was about what comes after. The island wasn't our end, it was our beginning. We didn't escape the sea to return to our old lives. We survived it to find something new, something real, and as she smiled at me, sunlight spilling through the workshop window, I knew that even though the waves had taken everything we knew, they'd given us each other.